Does it annoy you that eBay and smartphones cause video game inflation? Everyone thinks they're an expert now.
Yeah, and okay, so here's here's where it drives me nuts. People are really, really selective when it comes to their ability to use their smartphones to gain this knowledge. So I get people in the store who always have their smartphones out, and look, it's part of it. There's a comic shop down the street from us, run by a big prick, who doesn't even allow phones in the store because he doesn't want people looking up his absurd prices.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, that dude does it. He's got a big sign. No phones in the store.
What an asshole.
Yeah, and he called me up the one day, and he's like, what do you guys do about people with phones in the store? And I said, what the fuck do you mean? And he's like, well, doesn't it bother you? And I said, what do you mean? Like, what are they doing? And he's like, well, they look up my prices. And I was like, no, it doesn't bother me. I stand by my prices.
Yeah.
So anyways, but it is, so people come in, they always flip through their phones, and I get used to it. And it's just funny because they will look at a game that I might have priced at, say, 35. Let's just go back to Contra or something, okay? And they'll look it up and be like, it's only going for 25 online, can't you cut me a deal? I'm like, nope, I never see it. I had to pay a lot of money to get it in, and that's the price it's staying at.
Yeah, you didn't buy it for $2.
Right. So they want that cheaply, right? So they're looking it up and they're like, this game is overpriced. These are the same people who will come in with a box of crap, and I will offer them something. They'll be like, this game goes for $100. I checked on eBay, and it's like, oh, no, you didn't. You just, looked it up and saw what someone was asking. It's so funny that they know how to look for the price of a game properly when they're buying it, but they suddenly forget how to look for the price of a game properly when they're selling it. Other than that, I mean, I don't know that it necessarily causes inflation. It
causes inflation of thinking you know things.
Right, exactly.
Thinking you're knowledgeable, and that's goes back to resellers that say stuff to me like, do you know how long I've been collecting games, and you're just doing this because you think you can make money off it? You're trying to tell me stuff? It's like, all right.
It does. I mean, in a way, people can try. It can maybe affect a game negatively. Like, for instance, when I was at Midwest Gaming Conference, my friend asked what a price was on an unlabeled or an unpriced, like, it was like a Wonder Swan or a Game Boy game, right? And it was something that was totally, like, not special at all. And the lady whipped out her phone, looked it up, and goes, $17.50. And my friend's like, oh, fuck that, and drops it. And it's like, yeah, so, I mean, people can try to price by that, but especially when you're doing it on the fly, which I do see people doing at these conventions and stuff.
That's rude. I try not to do that if I sell extras.
Yeah.
But in general, I have a good idea, though. But
well, no, you price everything ahead of time, but, I mean, a lot of these crazy prices that people are trying to ask that would inflate the price, they're never going to get for these items.
No.
Because it goes back to something you were saying in the previous segment. They don't realize that no one... It's such a niche thing that no one is actually going to pay that unless they are lazy and they want it right now on eBay.
I've seen people with this at the swap meet with the same in the past. They had the same 2,600 with 10 games, trying to get like $60-$70 for it. They had it there for a year. No one was going to buy it at that price at the swap meet.
Sure.
It's like you got to bring the price down at some point to something reasonable. I want a deal for getting up in the morning or going. Well, sometimes going to a convention you want a deal too. Can't always get it, but sometimes it's nice to get one. It's not just that though. It's for like it can be positive in one aspect though. If people over rely on their cell phone, you can still get good deals. You see that on there, laying on top of that. I told you about those things. Those don't say what it is, but you see those two things.
Oh yeah.
You know how extremely rare that is?
Yeah.
I got it right by these newish collectors that had their cell phones looking up prices of some games. I was like, hey, you should get that game. And then they list my recommendation. And I got those. They can look up on their phone all they want. They wouldn't know what that was. And
right.
I got it. So having a cell phone helps, but being knowledgeable still takes time, energy. You have to put work in. You have to go in forums. You have to be research. You've got to be around talking to people for a decade, 15 years to know it. There is something to be said for longevity as a collector.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but yes, cell phone does cut out a lot of there's a lot of easy work that goes into it, having a cell phone. And it's simple. Easy work? It's not necessarily easy work, but it is easy work. Looking at prices at least, which is one of the things that you lose easily because I don't know the prices of this shit anymore because I don't need to know the price of what Godzilla 2 is. I have no idea. Is that $25 bucks
when we go to conventions these days, you ask me to price the games, basically.
What does my extra Godzilla go for? I don't know.